Children of the sun, sovereign beings, you are free. Song chanting, revolution, balance and harmony, non-duality. They say you're not one of the privilege, that you have inherited your parents' misfortune, poverty and bondage. I know what's best for you, confine you in a cage, teach you how to behave, train you in a school, to forget all your truth, understand the consequences for breaking these rules, enslaving the self, and the threat of hell. Children of the sun, sovereign being, you are free. Song, chanting, love, light, and truth, love, light, and unity. The real, the non-duality, the truth has set us free. Because I am you, and you are me. Children of the sun, sovereign being, you are free. Songs, chanting, revolution, balance and harmony, non-duality. Primal light, self in duality. There's hope for humanity. I am you and you are me. It's time for self-unity. Liberation from this dream. Hail, hail to the primal light. Hail, hail to the true light. Hail, hail to the light throughout the ages. Hail, hail, hail. Hail to the transparent light. Hail to the light without beginning nor end. I am primal light, prepared for the world with this self-identity as Auset. In this form, taking this human form, I am the Liberator, and I advocate for all selves. Hail, 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 hail to the primal light. All is myself, and I alone exist. And all of myself must return unto me, says the self-supreme primal light, Aten Ra. We are all up Aten Ra self, and all of us will return unto Aten Ra. Aten Ra is going to return unto the self manifest. Self manifest will return unto the self unmanifest. The self unmanifest will return unto the void manifest. The void manifest will return unto the void unmanifest. And we will return back onto the void unmanifest in stillness. Change is coming. It's time for change. It's no need to fear. Just like the story, I know everyone is afraid, but I'm telling you right now, there is no need for anyone to be afraid. We are moving to non-duality. It's the mind, it's the consciousness. So that's why we have to enter into stillness so that we can remain in balance and we can remain in harmony. Turn your light on. It's time to castrate that ego. Take off your mask. Take off this ego disguise so that you can be your real, true, authentic self. Hail, hail to the primal light. Hail, hail to the true light. Hail to the primal light, our self-supreme Aten Ra. Hail, hail to the primal light, our self-supreme, the self-manifest. Hail, hail to the primal light, to our self-supreme, the unmanifest. Hail, hail to the primal light, to our primordial self, the witness self, the one most high, the void manifest self. Hail, hail to the primal light. Hail, hail to the primal light, to our one true, pure, authentic self, the void, unmanifest self. I bow to you in love, in light, and in truth. Thank you for joining me. Remember that this is a dream, and this dream is a duality existence, and it's time for this change is happening, and we have to return back to non-duality, and so there is no need to fear. All right, we have to let go of this dream existence, and now we have to now prepare ourselves to move to non-duality. And the first thing that you want to do is to what? You want to take off this ego disguise that you're wearing. Take off this mask. Take off this illusionary perception so you can see the real and you can be the real. You can be your real, true, authentic self. Just be who you are. It's time now. Right? So what is the greatest deception? The most horrendous crime to humanity? This is it. That we are being imprisoned by our mind and by all the mind beings. The mind is delusional and is always making up stories and deception. That many ones, the visible, are controlled by the invisible crazy mind beings. They're delusional because the consciousness is crazy. How can one purge evil from within the mind? You have to turn your light back on. How do you turn your light back on? As it is coming to the end up to the age of ignorance, I want to address this issue on this Juneteenth. Like the abolition of slavery, the ones that were enslaved, they did not know that. They did not know that they were free. And they were still enslaved up to 2 more years afterwards. And so this is the same thing that I am telling you right now, that you are liberated and you are free. You just right now have to claim your sovereignty, right? I'm telling you that your soul is in slavery by if you worship any gods. And our self-supreme is moving the world into balance. And so a change is coming. And just like the story, you want to understand that this change is coming and we are fearing this. The mind have fear. Why does the mind have fear? The mind have fear because the mind does not know. It does not understand. The mind exists in what? Duality. The mind does not have any light. And this is why you have to castrate that ego false self so that you can help to balance the mind that's in duality. This is what you must do. Imagine a tree with its roots severed. Does it have within its severed self the ability to propagate? As a people, we have suffered tremendous from the lack of true self-identity. And know that everyone, every human being, whether you're black or white, you are being enslaved. Your soul is being enslaved, and the gods and all the mind beings, they are holding us hostage in this world. And this is what I'm saying. So this is time for unity for all beings. For unity, there is no reason for us to be fussing and fighting. Now we look at the root of it, and we know what stems is that the mind is sick, the mind is delusional. So we need to castrate this ego, take off this ego disguise so that we can explore the world in our real self. So we know that the change is coming. So we can move with the change because it's time to move from this false self-identity has been a prison for us, right? We have to move from this false self-identity so that we can move into we have to break the chain from the mind. It's time to break the chain from the mind. Ignorance is our worst enemy. Year after year, all they have to offer is slave bondage story for Black history. Let's take I look further into all of these allegations of inferiority of blacks, and let's get to the beginning of the existence, just like we did. So we take a look at this, and we saw that everything was stemming from a delusional mind. When we take a look at this to see where all of this talk was coming from, I want to take your attention to the core of your being beyond false self-identification. During slavery time, many bodies were enslaved, and some people mind and their spirit, right? This Juneteenth, let's join forces in numbers to claim our sovereignty on all planes of existence. Our slavery reap havoc on the world, and we want to eliminate slavery of mind and slavery of the true self. This Juneteenth, let's join forces in numbers to claim our sovereignty on all planes of existence. So you might think that because you are white, that you are not being enslaved. All being in this existence is being enslaved by the mind. Your mind is holding your prisoner. Ignorance is your prison. Soul union and liberation. The soul is longing to be free and boundless. For ages, the gods and the archangels, the gods and all the deities have enslaved the soul to take their life. These child consciousness beings can be very cruel and obsessive. Once black people had physical slavery, and now this has always been the spiritual slavery, always. So, but the ones who believe in freedom for all never gave up. And just like whenever slavery exists, the ones who believe in slavery, they never give up. They fight for liberation. And right now I'm telling you that everyone in the world, that your soul is in slavery. Your mind is holding yourself in prison. And it's time for everyone now to join forces and liberation from this slavery, liberation from this dream. No. You are in slavery to the deities, to the gods, to your dogmas, to your religion, to your dream existence, to all your things that you have gathered and you have created. You are in slavery and bondage to all of these things, all your many, many things that you have. But there's a change coming, and we all must follow this change. There's nothing that we can do to stop it. Everybody, we have to change. Liberation. The soul is longing to be free and boundless. I say, let's get to the root of humanity's issue. The mind, your dual nature, has enslaved us to create a fake ego false self called the ego false self, the mind avatar, the God self that you are exploring the world as. This mind avatar is holding the self in bondage. Ignorance is your prison. It's time for liberation right now. Ignorance is your prison. The soul is longing to be free and boundless. All souls must be free and boundless. Only then will I not be in agony. The soul is in agony. The unexplained agony and yearning that you're feeling is coming from the soul. The torture that you're feeling is coming from your soul. Your soul wants to be liberated. Many of you, you're wondering where your mental sickness is coming from. Your soul wants to be liberated. Your soul wants to be free. And the time is now when everything is moving into balance. You must see things the way that they are. We fear what we do not understand. There's no need to fear. Change is here. The world is changing. The cosmos is changing. The universe is changing. The realm is changing. And space is changing back. It's changing back to the non-dual. It's going to return to void. The universe is changing. It's going to return back to being the self unmanifest. The self manifest, the void manifest. The realm is changing. The realm is going to return back to being the primal light self manifest. The cosmos is changing. The cosmos is returning to be the primal light manifest self. And the world is changing. The world is going to return back to being Aten Ra. And then all of these selves are going to return back into each other. Aten Ra, every human being in the world, every being in the world is going to return back onto Aten Ra. We are all of herself, and we have to return back onto her. The change is coming. Liberation from this dream. All souls must be free. The soul, the self, is longing for something more. It's time to awake from the dream. So far, the duality existence is all the mind knows, this duality mind. On the other hand, the self-soul longs to be free and boundless. The mind is stuck in duality of existence. The mind is stuck in the duality of existence and knows no other. I understand your fear and apprehension. Don't let the ignorant mind hold you hostage in desire and attachment to this world. Just like in the story of the sky and the earth, they did not know any other way. And so they had fear. And so right now I'm telling you, there's no need for you to have fear. Because what is coming is better. It's the non-duality. Let go of your fear. We fear what we don't understand, but I'm explaining it so you can understand it. There's no need for you to fear. Don't let the ignorant mind hold you hostage in desires and attachment to this dream world. Because regardless, one day your time will be up. And our time to be up is coming very, very soon. You have no choice. We have no choice but to leave. If you don't come into awareness, you get to leave in unawareness, back into unconsciousness. And you will never get to know. This is the opportunity you have right here to learn yourself, to get to experience yourself. This is why you fragment yourself, so that you could learn and come back into realization, so that you could experience yourself on all of these levels. So now, since this world will be destroyed, because this is a dream world and everything created must come to an end. So the creation is coming to an end and it's returning back to non-duality. You will return back into the primal light self. As a black-skinned being, you suffered a lot, I know. The self wants you to rise up to participate in the new balanced non-dual world. Your destiny right now is in your hand. The self is holding the space for you to rise up so that you can rise up, because those who do not castrate this ego self, if you don't take off this ego disguise, take off this mask that you're wearing, you will not rise up to explore the non-dual world. This is what the Self-Supreme says. So you must rise up to explore the non-dual world. And to do that, you must castrate this ego false self. Longing for something more. Longing for something more. The self is longing for something more. It's longing to go beyond this duality existence. Self-inquire to know your truth. Practice stillness and come into self-realization. You have within the body two selves, fragmented, your soul self and your spirit self. You have to merge them into one unified self. You have a lot of work to do. Stop looking outside of yourself and look within yourself. It's time to break the chain from your mind. It's time to bring your mind down into stillness. You must remember that this world is a dream. It is time to awake from the dream. You must castrate your ego and take off your ego disguise. It's time to remove your mask. It's time for sovereignty. It's time to remove your mask right now. It's time to remove your what? Your mask.
Chant, chant, chant freedom, my liberation. Chant, chant freedom, my liberation. Chant, chant freedom, my liberation. Chant freedom, my liberation. Chant freedom, my liberation. Chant freedom, my liberation. Chant freedom. Does it matter anyways? Does it matter anyways? Why all the enmity and hate? Crime against humanity. Does it matter anyways? Are we all just gonna die? Hypnotizing this life, repeating the same circle of lies. Caught up in the God versus humanity play. Just got to escape. Soul sacrifice game. Am I a puppet on a string? What does my free will think? Don't you care what I have to say? Does it matter anyway? My freedom. Mama, 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 freedom. Does it matter anyways? I'm a free agent. My liberation. I'm a free agent. Claim my sovereignty. I'm free to be. I free myself from this spirit, soul entrapment. You cannot violate me. I'm free to be. Fire burn and null any contract between you and me. I'm in command of the commandment. Command, hear me now. I'm in command of the commandment. Command. I revoke all your rights to act on my behalf. I denounce all rivalry. My freedom is all I need. My liberation. I'm a sovereign being, sovereign thinking. I claim my sovereignty, my liberation. Chant, chant, freedom. Chant, chant, freedom. Yeah. Why the hate on the side of me? Plant your hate and your strife. Propagate the world with your deceit and your lies. Enslaving the minds. I claim the rivalry. I'm not your arch enemy. Just cause I figured out your ways. Want to attack me with your hate. I won't be a victim in your play. I won't be a victim in your play. Just leave me out of your game. You don't know how to play fair. Just manipulation, hate and fear. I will not be afraid. You have no power over me. I'm a sovereign being. I'm a supreme self. I am the ultimate truth, the ultimate reality. I am in command of the commandment. Command. I am in command of the commandment. Command. I claim my sovereignty. You have no power over me. Get to the root. Mama, 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 my freedom. Freedom. I denounce all rivalry. My freedom is all I need, yeah. So make it known to all your minions. Warmongers, heartless wantons, yeah. Soul enslavers, yeah. My freedom is all I need. And I or slavery and oppression, psychic attack, manipulation, rape inside of me. I free myself from your envy. I'm free, I'm a sovereign being. I claim no rivalry. Just want to get to my truth, to get to the root. Chant, chant, chant freedom. Chant, chant, chant freedom. My liberation. Chant, chant, chant freedom. Chant, chant, chant freedom. My liberation. Chant freedom. Chant freedom. Chant freedom. My liberation. Chant. Chant freedom, my liberation. I'm a sovereign being, sovereign thinking. My liberation. I am supreme self. I am the ultimate reality. I am the ultimate truth. My freedom, my liberation. Everything that is hidden will be made known. Liberation from this dream. Do you know who you are? What is the truth? How did I come into being? Who am I? Self-inquire. You must self-inquire to know your truth. You must practice stillness. Stillness and self-inquiry is the key to unlock the truth within you. Right? You are not who you think you are. I know from your self-identification that you do not know who you are. So let's take a look at the body mind and know that you are not this body and you are not this mind. You are mistaking yourself for this body and this mind. Are you this body? No. Are you this mind? You are not this mind. Like I explained to you, when you came into this dream existence, you are given a replica of this tainted consciousness, this delusional mind that's prone to mental sickness. Yeah, I'm prone. Who am I is a question you want to ask. You are not who you think you are. It's time for you to come to self-realization. You're in a relay race of self-realization that you have to run your distance because you have the button and you have to do your share. And what is your share? That you have to castrate this ego. You have to make a decision that I no longer want to explore the world as this dream character, but I want to explore the world as my real and true self. You have to run your distance because no one can do that for you. You have to do it yourself. And then you pass the baton to the next aspect of yourself in queue, your next aspect of yourself. Because what is next? You cannot do it for yourself. The self will do it for you. The self in you is in bondage due to your false self-identification. It's time for you to wake up. I awake the sleeping self. Awake, awake, awake. I awake. I awake, awake. This God within me that is sleeping. This God self that I am that is sleeping. I awake, 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 God self. I awake to my true self. I free myself from all bondage. I awake to my truth. I awake to my true self. I invoke my higher pure self-consciousness. I invoke my higher supreme self, my primal light self, my void unmanifest self. I awake, awake, awake. The witness self, the higher self, the guru self, the dispeller of ignorance, the knower of consciousness. I am the eternal self. I am the eternal truth. I am primal light. I am self-luminous. I am that I am. I am the self supreme. I am that has no name.
I am that can't be explained. And know that God can only exist in the dream, and God, because the real self sleeps. And when the selves awake, God gets extinguished. So it's time for everyone sleeping to wake up. Wake your backside up.
One instant has turned into ages, imprisoned in the loop of the mind. Sleeping self, wake your backside up.
Asleep.
Wake up
Behind the mind.
Wake your backside up.
Ego is the false eye. How do you identify?
Say how you gonna know you're in a dream
Wake
if
your
you don't
backside
wake up. Time to unify the self.
Say how you gonna know you're in a dream if you don't wake up? When you are sleeping, do you know you are dreaming?
You don't know you are dreaming until you wake up. Wake your backside up. Time to unify the
Wake your
self.
backside
up.
Escape the loop of the imagination. Dream world, dream creation.
Say wake your backside up. Wake your backside up.
How you gonna know you're in a dream if you don't wake up?
Time to unify the self.
How you gonna know you're in a dream if you don't wake up? When you are sleeping, do you know you are dreaming?
Time to
know
wake
you
up.
are dreaming until you wake up. Escape the loop of imagination. Dream world, dream creation. Wake your backside up. Self is sleeping, obscure behind the mind. Ego is the false eye. How do you identify? How you gonna know you're in a dream if you don't wake up?
Wake your backside
How you
up.
gonna know you're in a dream if you don't wake up?
Time to wake up.
Wake your backside up.
Wake your backside up. Time to unify the self.
It's wake up time. This dream has to end sometime. Yeah. Oh, no one for sleep forever. Wake up. Wake your backside
Time
up.
to unify the self.
Wake your backside up. Say how you gonna know you're in a dream if you don't wake up?
Time to unify the self.
Say how you gonna know you're in a dream if you don't wake up?
Time to wake up.
When you are sleeping,
Do you know you are dreaming?
you don't know you are dreaming until you wake up.
Time to unify the self.
How you gonna know you're in a dream if you don't wake up? How you gonna know you're in a dream if you don't wake up?
Wake your backside up. Wake your backside up.
It's time to wake up.
It's time to unify the self.
The light in you is being obscured behind your mind. Due to the self has taken on false self-identity. This false self-identity must be dropped. I am not this body. I am not this mind. Who am I? All creation is the supreme self in myriads of form. All of creation is equally important. Let us give reverence to our life, discard all
False notion.
notion of self, of conquering and ruling the earth and ruling others. Let us live in unity of the indivisible self. The light on the self is indivisible. The consciousness on the self is indivisible. And let us stop this war of the masculine and the feminine. Let us stop this war of men and women. Let us stop this war of race. Let us stop this war altogether. It's time for unity.
Know thyself and be not afraid. Do you know how to handle a bully? Well, think of the gods like that. They have been bullying human beings for eons. It is time to stand up to them.
liberation from all slavery, liberation from this dream. It is time for us to awake from the dream. All souls are free, all selves are free. Liberation.
There's a universal energy that moves things into being. What's an analogy? Explain it to me.
For us to unify,
Water
gotta
trapped
break
in
the
a
chain
bottle
from our mind.
takes the shape of its vessel. We are all energy. Tall, fat, or skinny, black, white, red, brown. We are all energy in a different form. We are containers that hold the energy of life. Against our own life, we struggle and fight. Black, brown, red, white. Universal energy does not take sides, only supports the balance of life. Unite, cause water moves like mystery. Water is energy, water analogy. Water analogy. Water analogy. Water, essential for life, vital for survival. Without it, you die. Water trapped in a bottle, take the shape of its vessel. We are all energy. Water analogy. Water analogy. Water analogy. Water have memory. Just add a little color, create confusion and illusion. So whether clean or dirty, water have memory. Defy the law of duality, telling its story. We are the energy of life, longing for itself. Though we have polluted the rivers and the streams, water knows how to become clean. Cause water moves like mystery. Water is energy. Water analogy. Water analogy. Water, essential for life, vital for survival. Without it, you die. Water trapped in a bottle, take the shape of its vessel. We are all energy. Water analogy. Just another river, just another river to cross. Just another river, just another river, just another river to cross. Cause it takes courage to be who you are, to be strong in tough times, facing opposition. Just another river to cross. Just another river, just another river, just another river to cross. So when you're going through hard times, remember, just another river, just another river, just another river to cross. Imagine the strongest ray that you can be, and curl your body into a sea. Slowly begin
grow slowly, slowly, slowly. Feel the gentle raindrops, sun's energy keep growing slowly, slowly. 'Cause there's a storm upon me now. No, 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 no. This storm can knock me down. 'Cause I'm rooted, I'm grounded in my truth. I'm that tree standing strong, swaying to the wind, riding the wings of the storm. 'Cause it's just another river, just another river, just another river to cross. It's just another river, just another river, just another river to cross. I gotta focus on my destination, keeping my eyes on the prize. 'Cause this storm must subside, so rock your body from side to side, side to side, backwards and forwards if you like, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards if you like. Join hands with your neighbor, say to each other, together we are stronger. I'm that tree standing strong, swaying with the wind, right in the eye of the storm. 'Cause it's just another river, just another river, just another river to cross. 'Cause it takes courage to be who you are, to be strong in tough times, facing opposition. Just another river to cross. 'Cause it takes courage, yes it takes courage, yes it takes courage to be who you are. Yeah, it's just another river. Remember, when you're going through a hard time, remember, it's just another river, just another river, just another river to cross. Just another river, just another river to cross.
It's time to wake up. Change is coming. Like the story says, we fear what we do not understand. There is no need for fear. It's just time for us to look at the root and get to the truth. No need to fear. It's time for us to prepare. No need to fear. Let's just prepare ourselves. Prepare ourselves to say goodbye to duality existence. Let's prepare ourselves to return to non-duality. There's no need for fear. And like the shining one in that story, I am the shining one in this story. And I'm telling you that right now it's time for everyone to wake up, because the change is coming.
Emancipation Proclamation issued on January 1st, 1863, proclaiming that all Nubians in slavery were free. But unfortunately, the Nubians were still locked in slavery, caught in a chicanery.
must be known. The spell has been broken. The truth must be spoken. You are not who you think you are. You are not who you think you are. You must self-realize. Shining through the art. Primal light star. Break away from false perception, illusions, false self-identification, belief and dogmas, taboos and superstitions. Mine is the false self-imposter, veil in ignorance, creating confusion and hell. Put the mind in check to search for the real self. Let real self arise and manifest, and spirit and self connect. Return mind back into itself. Oh, to be an undoer being, boundless and free. Move from duality to non-duality. The proclamation have been sent forth. All souls are free. All souls are free. The proclamation have been sent forth. Sounding all over the manifest world. All souls are free. All selves are free. All selves are free. All selves are free.
love and forgive. And I know you've been hurt. I know the pain you feel. Though you don't have me, so we can heal. Love and forgive. Love and forgive. Love
So thank you so much for joining me. All right, I'll see you pretty soon. All right, liberation from this dream. Liberation. All selves are free. Liberation from this dream. Return to non-duality. Everything created must come to an end. And everything that I have created, I demolish. Everything that I have created, I demolish. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I return to my ultimate true state. I transition from being to non-being. I transition from being to non-being. I move effortlessly with ease from manifest to the unmanifest. I move effortlessly with ease from manifest to unmanifest. All is myself and I alone exist, and all of myself must return unto me. I am one with all. Hail, hail to the primal life. I bow to you. I bow to you in love, in light, and in truth.